Hey, Thor, good morning, handsome. Good morning, Nova. Good morning, Dashers. Good morning, Indy. Some cats are excited for mealtime. Hello and welcome, everyone. You're tuned into a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. My name is Judson. I am tuning in to you live from one of our central animal buildings, particularly the Wild Woodlands building. Hey, Dashers. Understandably so, you're probably seeing a lot of our rescued wildcats getting excited about their daily meal. They've been shifted into their indoor bedrooms as their caretakers are going to go around and give them the good stuff. How you doing today, Jackie? Good? Good. Leo, Mansa. Of course, we have the one, the only Shazam on this side of the building. Of course, for many of you who follow the Wildcat Sanctuary, you know that all of our free-roaming habitats are attached to these awesome temperature-controlled animal buildings that have individual bedrooms within those buildings. Our cats are able to come in and out as they please. As you can see, they've been shifted inside as they eat their meal. We don't want them to necessarily run outside with pieces of their meal, but they're going to enjoy their meal like Dasher's here, and then he's going to be given access to his habitat to go on and enjoying his day. And I also know that Jackie and her team are going to be doing some cleaning as well. Don't worry, Miss Indy. I think she's coming to you next. She's coming to you next, Miss Indy. Or Nova. Oh, my gosh. Indy's been in there for so long that I need to retrain myself, Jackie. Small piece for her to eat, while a larger piece comes out of the food chute behind her. Nobody likes a big chicken flopped on your face, Miss Nova. I don't blame you. And I know that Nova can be a little possessive when she eats, so I just want to be mindful of her space. You can see Thor Jr. loving his space here in Wild Woodlands. And then Daisy all the way at the end. You know that Daisy and Thor did the old switcheroo, or rather, it was kind of a whole domino situation, rather, of Daisy moving to where Alyssa was. Don't worry, pretty Daisy. Jackie's coming, and you're next. You are next. But you can imagine it's pretty similar to what it's like when you're preparing to feed your cats at home for the day. There's a lot of cats getting excited about what they know is coming, and you can see Mansa, Shazam being a little bit more patient than a cat like Mansa, but a little anticipatory pacing like you're seeing on this live post is nothing out of the ordinary when our cats know that they're about to get food. And for many of our followers, I think they would agree with me in this statement. And when I say that, what is the favorite time of day for our rescues? That's Daisy expressing food. That was Tiger for F-O-O-D, food. Food time is just about as good as life gets for our rescues. That's also one of the amazing things that your support helps us do, is provide really eclectic and diverse diets for our cats. We have whole non-living prey that we'll feed our rescues, beef, chicken, venison, really ranges the gamut to a variety of options to make sure that all of our cats are getting the vitamins and nutrition that they need here in their wild at heart life. There's Lion Leo. Leo, Mansa, you know, have the large kind of three-piece bedroom here. Leo and Mansa separated during feeding because Mansa can be a little boisterous when it comes to feeding and a little assertive when it comes to feeding. We want to make sure that she's not only eating her meal in a timely manner, but isn't going to go over and steal any of her brother's meal. And thanks for letting me hang out in here, Jackie, while you guys kick butt here. Shazam, he's got some beef pieces. And admittedly, folks, I have been kind of keeping my eye on the cats. I especially do when I'm in a kind of small environment like this. I also don't want to be getting in Jackie's way. So I certainly know I've been missing out on some hellos. Here's Alyssa over here. And I can get out of Dodge too, Jackie, if it would help.
It's just slightly nervous, but this is
That's good. I know that Alyssa, she certainly uses her indoor space, but she's a very shrewd and smart cat, and sometimes she can be a little speculative of if we're asking her to come inside, but you'll see Jackie be able to place her food for her, and she's just outside of the door there. Can imagine she'll be open. In and out she goes.
Big chicken, what would you say?
Yep, I don't blame you, Miss Alyssa. She says it's called fast food. Ever heard of it? Of course, here's Mansa. She has finished her meal, Jackie, and now she needs to clean up after her brother, as she traditionally does post mealtime. And hello to everyone slowly joining us here. You're tuned to a live post at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Kind of unique. I was coming out to do a sanctuary stroll, and caretaker Jackie was cruising by with the meals for Wild Woodlands here. She's going to be doing some cleaning, and so she's pulled some of the cats inside. She did half the cleaning yesterday, so some of the cats are going to be getting their meals, hanging out while Jackie does some cleaning and enrichment placing, and then onward and forward with their day. Germ asking, there we go, I said germ, Jeremy, asking, do you feed bone in? And that is correct. Yep, we surely want to make sure that a lot of our diet is consisting of bone-in foods. Sometimes for the live posts, I can be a little sensitive about zooming in on what the cats are eating. Hey, thank you for that, chuffers, dashers. You give the good chuffs. Yeah, and you got the double bedroom over here. Do you want to meet me in room number 2? Is Nova, who I want to give all the space, because Jeremy, she's still presiding over a whole chicken, and that whole chicken certainly having plenty of bones in it. Thank you, Dashers. You're going to have a fun day today? He says, I got a full belly, I'm full of energy, and ready for some tiger hijinks. Of course, these awesome food shoots that you all helped us purchase during our Food and Wellness Center fundraiser a couple years ago, and have been put to great use, allowing us to give those larger pieces so Indy can do, or Nova rather, can do exactly what she's doing right now. She's able to feel possessive over this large piece of meal and know that it's hers, and really kind of drive up those predatory instincts. And we want our rescues to feel like that here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Despite them not having a wildlife, the part of that wild at heart life includes, obviously, for them to feel as wild as possible. And here's Alyssa. She came in for her final little chicken chunk there. She's going to make a few other double checks. Alyssa also has this little double room here. Alyssa, you would know Terrakin Polina's former habitat. Caretaker Jackie just kind of cruising through, making sure everybody's ate their full meals. Cool to hear from Tammy yesterday during her Wildcat wrap-up, and kind of just talking about nuts and bolts of cat observations, and how we're obviously looking at all the things that we can analyze when it comes to caring for our rescues, and that includes parts of their meal that maybe they didn't want to eat. And we're noting that, we are weighing the amount that they left, and then we're going to kind of respond to it as we need to, of maybe we're going to go and do a refeed that day, maybe we're going to decrease the cat's diet overall because we've noticed them leaving that amount on a consistent basis. So cool to hear what Tammy was talking about yesterday, and then see it playing out here with caretaker Jackie. I'm still going to cruise around, and I'm hoping as well to do a little bit of a sanctuary stroll here. Hey, Miss Daisy lady. I say, we're all faster eaters than Nova. She's still snacking on hers. Well, thank you, Miss Indy. Thank you, Miss Indy. Yeah. She says, it's time to enjoy the day with a full belly. Lisa Parker, that's a great question. I saw that chuff to Daisy Jackie. Lisa Parker asking, I apologize, is the howdy door in between what used to be Terrakin Polina's rooms right here over along Shazam's? And so, we love the howdy door, we have it included, but Alyssa did not have maybe as warm of an opinion as Shazam thinks of Alyssa. Alyssa, I think, is a little bit more independent when it comes to Shazam as a neighbor. And Shazam, pretty true to himself, wears his heart on his leopard sleeve and would want attention from Alyssa. But right now, it's temporarily got a piece of plywood over it, but that's just to make sure both parties are happy. It will be coming down, Jackie. Cool. And so, well, maybe I should ask you, was I on the mark when I was kind of talking about Alyssa's opinion of Shazam versus Shazam's opinion of Alyssa?
In the beginning, yeah, but they don't seem to mind each other too much on their shared wall outside.
Good.
So
I certainly see them spending a lot of time outside together,
and she
yes.
seems to like hanging out with him over there. So we're going to take that down either this week or next week.
Awesome. Well, that's good. And I think that's another kind of testament of, you always want to dip your toe in the pool first, Jackie, before diving in head first. And so thinking about moving Alyssa to a new space and wanting to kind of ease her in to that new space as much as possible. And maybe putting a cover over the howdy door has been a great way to do it. And now it's time to graduate.
We're going to see if it makes her like her room better.
Awesome. Well, we like that. Well, cool, Jackie. And thanks again for letting me tag along for a little feeding here. But I know you've got a whole lot of other things to cross off your list today. So I think I'm going to get on with a little bit of a sanctuary stroll here. You can see Thor. He says, well, I hear that the rule is you need to wait at least 30 minutes before swimming if you've had a meal. And good to see, Thor, that you're taking your time before you go plunging into your tiger pool here. Looks like Nova is just wrapping up her meal. And then looks like kind of some of the remaining tigers have been, hey, thank you for that chuff, Miss Nova. It was a growl a moment ago. And it looks like Dash, of course, has been given access, but Social Dash wants to hang out if there's people around and get the attention that he so strives for every day. And Dash, we love it. And we're always going to give you a tiger chuff whenever you ask for one. Yeah, you look so handsome. And then pretty Miss Indy, you're getting your yard clean. Same with Miss Daisy. Because you're such a rambunctious tiger. We got to keep it nice and tidy for you. Oh my. She is a chuffer, Dash, and then some. He says, I'm a chuffer, but man, she is a real chuffer. Well, sweet everyone, we're going to file on outside and get a little bit of or outside time in, that is. And thank you again, Jackie.
Yeah.
Onward and forward, Mr. Thor Jr. All right. Well, it certainly has gotten a little warmer than what the week started out with. It's kind of lower temps, mid 70s, high 70s, but today it's kind of creeping back up again, a little bit warmer, so we will see what we find for cat activity. But I always like just kind of reinforcing that, especially after we're spending the first chunk of the live post inside of, sometimes it's, the internet is, as it is, kind of a revolving door. People will just walk into the middle of a live post and conclude that those are the types of spaces that our rescues live in. But for those, obviously, who are following us or those who want to listen more intently, they'd know that all of our cats don't live in those spaces. We don't force them to be in there. That is just their indoor bedroom that they get to come out to free roaming habitats like this as they please. So let's see here. Leo and Mansa, they are surely in a pretty hard spot for me to find, kind of grooming, nestled away in their free roaming habitat. So we're gonna head this way. I kind of would like to see maybe if Jeremy and Simon are out, or maybe some of the cougs. That'd be Noah, Langley, and Denoma, rather. Well, it's called Denoma, Dakota. All right. And certainly so, been missing out on a lot of hellos and comments, but great to have all of you along with us on this live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary on a Friday. We got some lion antics, wouldn't you know it? I see the two hind legs kind of pointing up in the air. They're right under a water bucket too, it looks like. There's no way I could tell which lion is which. It doesn't look like Taras either, but just typical lion hijinks. I think we all got a good, just kind of perspective for how much those lions just go with one of the Facebook reels we posted earlier this week. That was footage from a GoPro that we had just kind of set up at 5 p.m. when we head out, and that was them running to and fro pretty much up until we couldn't see them anymore. The GoPros ran into the night. You can see little kind of flashes of lions going back and forth, but we're able to obviously share some of the footage that we could actually see them having fun in. Let's see, Jeremy and Simon had their pool filled yesterday, and man, that tiger pool is just so huge. I was in there taking photos yesterday of our caretakers cleaning it, and it's really, it just never ceases to amaze me how large of a pool that is. But also, there's Mr. Simon or Jeremy doing a walk with Pandora. But also, how that it has to be that large for cats like Simon and Jeremy. It truly is a tiger pool, and we have fans our butts about it. One thing that we're looking forward to posting later today, Tammy was able to give a little bit of an update on Kimba, Lynx Kimba, and how she has moved habitats, and we were able to get a sponsor update out yesterday, and we're looking forward to sharing with social media a few pictures of her in her new space and how she did during her move. So certainly you can look forward to that. Another thing I'm excited about is we got some new photos of Miss Guinevere, the rescued Chaucy who joined us a few weeks ago. Guinevere, she's certainly a lovely gal, but one of those cats who likes keeping to herself. She's kind of developed, she knows her humans and who she likes. And certainly Gilmarie, one of the caretakers in Zone 1, is a caretaker who's close with her. So definitely something that I'm also looking forward to see is Miss Gwyn getting some shine on social media this weekend. Tanya Toner saying, wow, that's a pool. You bet, it's a pool and then some, especially when you're standing inside of it. I mean, I can barely see out of it, and I'm just under 6 feet tall. Quite the pool indeed. But it looks like, as sometimes, the patterns at pools can go. You're at the pool, but sometimes being at the pool is all about showing off. And it looks like either Simon or Jeremy are wanting to show off to Tigress Pandora along their shared wall before going into the pool. And of course, as I finally meander over here, they've gone and walked in their indoor bedroom or their shift together. But such is life. Well, truthfully, we had an awesome time inside. I think I kind of want to bank around the corner and see if I can see Bobcat Tao. And then I think that's a solid live post for this Friday, everyone. But as you can see, Miss Shadow enjoying the shade in her habitat here and kind of listening to the wind rustle the leaves there. Not a bad day, Miss Shadow. Alrighty. Just kind of look for a Bobcat Tao, who admittedly I have my work cut out for me, because Tao has a lot of favorite hangout spots. You can see one of her trails coming out of this dense little patch of foliage. Obviously, it's still worth pointing out that Tao has got a lot of her habitat that she can easily navigate, but what is Tao's favorite parts of her habitat? Well, where she can really, of course, get in and bury herself into some of the forage in her space there. But I think she just heard me chatting. And truth to tell, I'm surprised that she didn't get up to come in and try to strong arm me for a piece of chicken or something like that. So maybe she's just strolling onto the next spot here. Let's go and see what she's up to. Maria Stahl saying, Tao, my lovely sponsor girl. I just love Tao, Maria. And thank you for taking her under your wing like that. That's very, very special of you. And obviously, like many of our rescues, Tao's got a story that we can certainly learn from, and why we're fighting for cats like Tao. If I can find Miss Tao here, but her coming from that private owner, someone owning a bobcat illegally. Of course, Tao having symptoms from her previous life, and that she's forepaw declawed. And here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, us able to alleviate some of the pain that's been caused by that declaw. It's a lot of things to be thankful for, and of course it's thanks to the support that you give, Maria. Well, holy buckets, we really got a kind of a little flash of Miss Tao there, but I'm glad we got something. She was really marching. Like I said, admittedly, Tao is one of those cats to where she will come over and grumble at me, acting like I have a piece of chicken in my pocket. So I was imagining that's what she was doing, but maybe it's on to another shade spot. Well, that's just fine, Miss Tao. We had a good live post today. Certainly starting out in the Wild Woodlands building with some of those hungry lions, hungry tigers, hungry leopard Shazam, hungry liger Alyssa, and a little bit of a stroll, but like I said, it's kind of warmer today, so for a lot of the cats seeking shade, maybe spending a little bit more time in their indoor bedroom. I thought you were on the march. That's just fine, and it looks like I do have a Miss Tao here. Hey, pretty Tao. She says, well, I hear the hum of that UTV. And if I know my caretakers like I know them, I think that they're going to be making their way towards me very soon. So I'm going to make sure that they know that I've been waiting for them. Tao's just one of those cats who likes making sure everybody's just doing their job to how she wants it done. All right, Miss Tao. And a lovely shadow way back there on her platform. Hey, it's a Friday, everyone. I hope everyone's going to have a marvelous and safe weekend. I'm going up to a friend's cabin, a little northern Minnesota splendor. Very much looking forward to it. But, hey, everyone, I appreciate you all tuning into today's live post. Obviously, thank you all for the rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. These live posts are great ways to see what your support makes possible, and of course how you yourself can get involved if you're already not. So from Miss Shadow and myself, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary on Monday. See you, everyone.